Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today is October 27, 2019, and welcome to Cosmic Howling Media. I'd like to go through today a little bit about the silver trigger that's planned by the light forces. Potentially very effective and powerful. Looks like a very brilliant plan. So many are trying to get this out to the more and more people that participate in this, the more powerful and moving it can be towards ultimately getting to a fair and just financial system. So the light forces, this plan by the light forces to have many of us buy silver on November 11th. It's important any of us partake in this to actually purchases on November 11th of 2019 coming up here. And here's a little bit from what Cobra says on a couple of his recent writings about this. If the critical mass of 144,000 people buy silver on November 11th, this will create the needed trigger to globally expose the manipulation of silver and gold prices by JP Morgan. And there's lots of links throughout this whole these writings to support some of these things that Cobra is saying. Like for example, and I remember this too, as a lot of us would, in the mid-1970s, Hunt brothers almost dominated silver market for a few years against the global cabal. If a few brothers can do that, can you imagine what our collective power is? If this knowledge goes into mainstream global consciousness, it will create some of the needed conditions for the global financial reset that will set the foundations of the new fair financial system. Yeah, quantum financial system run by quantum brilliant, highly advanced quantum computer systems. There's a satellite in orbit around the Earth, and that satellite has highly sophisticated quantum computer, photon-driven computer systems, thanks to some brilliant Palladian scientists who have helped make those for this new financial system. And it's just, these computers are so advanced, none of us are going to be able to steal from it, and that's the beauty. We can get off this black magic Babylonian slave system we're on, monetary slave system, and get on a fair and just one, and start to build a great world for all. We can use so much to go around, really, and it's been a long time coming, and it's in ways. John F. Kennedy, President John F. Kennedy, and President Sukarno of Indonesia were involved in a great operation back in the early 60s to do looks like we're going to get it done this time. So there's been some great people throughout history here, and including recent history, that have done a lot of work to lead up to where we are now. We can really get this done now. It looks good for many reasons. Okay, so that's pretty exciting stuff. So anybody, I'll post this link below, and anybody that might be interested, we appreciate anybody coming in on this meditation, and anybody, if they can figure they're okay with maybe buying a little bit of silver that day, or a fair bit of silver, that kind of thing, eh? So basically, a little bit more of what Cobra writes about this silver trigger, as it's known as. It is time to take action again. It is time to take the destiny of our world in our own hands. We all agree that the process of planetary liberation is taking too long. Here's our chance to collectively speed up the process. Therefore, we are using the opportunity of the Mercury transit on November 11th to create a portal through which we unify our consciousness and enlighten the energy of the worldwide financial system. This activation helps the light forces to ground the energy of light on the surface of the planet to resolve the deadlock inside the debt slavery financial system, finally setting humanity free. Number of people doing that activation is the single most influential factor within the power of the surface human population for speeding up the process. Here's a little bit from the Silver Trigger update by Cobra, a writing very recently. Now it's saying here, as we are approaching the critical point of November 11th, there are deep underlying structural changes in the global financial system. The Jesuit plan for financial crash that would then lead to a global cryptocurrency similar to Libra has collapsed. First Libra project was ditched. There's lots of links here Cobra puts up to support what he's saying here. Second, Chinese plan to launch its own competing cryptocurrency on November 11th was also scrapped, and there's lots of links about that. Third, existence of powerful quantum computers was leaked by the light forces. Absolutely. Thank you for that, light forces. Yeah, great. The QFS, the quantum financial system, with highly advanced photon-driven quantum computers on a satellite right now orbiting around the Earth. Yeah, we can't rip it off. That's the beauty. Eh? No one's ripping the new one off, man. All the wealth is staying with those who've earned it and such, right? For real, eh? No more stealing, folks. Yeah, not like it's been, anyways. Oh, and here Cobra goes on to say, all this was enough for the Jesuits to change their plans, and now they are not trying their financial crash to their global cryptocurrency, but the climate emergency, as many have seen in the criminal-controlled media, etc., about that whole climate change. I guess they used to call it global warming or whatever, eh? But the great news is there's easier and easier access to real science, and more people are, researching into that and seeing, what is really going on. And we certainly have do have a crisis on our hands as far as we keep poisoning Mother Earth from dirty technologies. They're not bad technologies, they're just dirty, right? I mean, all the oxides of nitrogen and the oxides of sulfur spewing out of especially heavier fuel burning, like coal burning systems, coal burning power generating stations, and in many countries where they don't have acid precipitators and other air scrubbers and other technologies that otherwise can process that flue gas very effectively, so that it reduces all those very harmful flue gases coming out of there, which is mainly the oxides of nitrogen and the oxides of sulfur. So that's just an example of if we're going to stay on this dirty technology, we need to get the truth to the people and say, yes, we have solutions. And for example, some of these technologies that will massively reduce the flue gas toxins otherwise coming out of stacks, especially in countries that have little or no environmental enforcements of, that kind of thing. And that's an ongoing serious problem. So what the dark forces is doing is manipulating all that and, saying, hey man, stop all, oil industry expansions and stuff and that. And well, like we're at the same time, this is the same force that suppressed the clean energies, the advanced clean energy technologies that we could have been using for many decades, certainly since Nikola Tesla's day, eh? So that's good. More and more people are all catching on to this and stuff, eh? Because like I say, if we're going to stay on oil-based, we can start really utilizing technology like to process the flue gas and the effluent that's still going into waterways. It's very, very poisonous in a lot of cases. And it's like I say, it's different from region to region, country to country. Some countries in some places are pretty good. Some are very poor, and everybody suffers though, eh? I mean, you're walking around with masks on and so much premature deaths and, all sorts of diseases, respiratory diseases and stuff from breathing in, all these poisons, toxins, all that kind of stuff, eh? And of course, the water supply more and more being polluted in many ways, and the earth itself, and on, eh? This is exciting times that more and more truth comes out. We'll start getting back to the science and suppression of these awesome energy technologies, clean energy technologies, and these awesome medical technologies that will become available soon. It looks good, etc. And it's all stemmed on this financial system, though. When the financial reset, when basically the positive forces, we implement the quantum financial system to replace the criminals' black magic Babylonian money system. It's a new day. It's a new reality, right? And it's like, so it's all like, it's hard coming, but it's all. It's like the whole. It's like we are on the borderland, marching into a new world here, a new reality. Okay, folks, so that's the Silver Trigger this November 11th, 2019 coming up. Massive, another massive opportunity to get into, to really deliver the financial reset, man, the global financial reset. Bring in a new fair and just quantum financial system. Yeah. So November 11th, mass meditation, check it out. Hopefully you partake. The more of us, the better, more powerful. We're all very powerful beings. And buy some silver on November 11th as well. Hey, like the brothers did in the 70s, they took control of the silver market for a while from the those who usually have control of it. And you see what some brothers did. So we can really do this. This is looking real good. Silver Trigger, folks. November 11th, 2019. Yeah.